Hi, I'm Jake Rudy and welcome back to the channel. Like many of you out there, I enjoy using my vintage computers. Unfortunately, with the age of these computers now, with some approaching 40 years old, the vintage hardware doesn't hold up as well as it did when it was brand new. This often means that we need to replace vintage components with modern equivalents in order to maintain the function of the machines and to continue to enjoy them into the future. Today I want to show you a modern keyboard replacement project that I've developed for the TRS-80 Model 4. This project enables you to replace your vintage keyboard with a modern equivalent and maintain all the functionality you had before while enabling new functions that were previously unavailable. Please note that the replacement keyboard project isn't meant to be perfectly compatible with the original keyboard plate. But at the time of filming this video, a replacement plate is being developed and should be available in the near future. So let's begin by showing you what you need to do to build this replacement keyboard and get your system back in operation. This replacement keyboard consists of a few basic parts. The first thing is keycaps. Now in this case I used generic DSA profile keycaps available on Amazon and other websites. These are blank keycaps. They come in various assorted sizes and are compatible with the MX key stems. This project requires you to use a 6-unit spacebar. In this case, I was able to buy a 6-unit spacebar off Amazon in a single unit quantity. Next is the replacement PCB. The Gerbers for these PCBs are available on my website, jcrudy.com, free for download. Next are the key switches. I've designed this project to use commonly available Cherry MX or Gateron style switches. It's important to note that they should be the 5-pin variety, where they have 3 mounting posts and 2 electrical contacts. Next is a 20-pin box header. This uses the standard 2.54mm pin spacing. Next is a set of M3 standoffs. This is used to support the keyboard from the keyboard plate if mounting above the keyboard plate. Next is a 20-pin 60cm ribbon cable. The standard variety with IDC connections is suitable. And next is the keyboard plate. If reusing the original keyboard plate, you'll have to remove all of the key switches and standoffs and any other attachments to the keyboard, leaving just the bare plate. This is also a good time to paint and resurface the keyboard to protect it into the future. As stated earlier, a modern replacement plate will be made available later. Next, I'm going to show how to build the keyboard and its associated parts. Using the keyboard PCB, you'll start by installing the key switches into the provided footprints of the keyboard, while taking care to ensure that the connection pins are not bent before you insert the key switches. Push down firmly and ensure that it is fully mated. You'll repeat that for all the keys on the keyboard except for the middle space key, which is optional if you require more push down force. Next, you'll have to install the 20-pin box header while ensuring that the keyway is facing inward toward the keyboard, like so. After you have proceeded to install all the key switches and the box header on the keyboard, you can now begin to solder these components into place. The completed assembled keyboard should look like this. Now let's prepare the plate for mounting the PCB. Using the clean plate, you'll want to install the 6 brass standoffs into the tapped holes on the top of the plate. Please note that there's additional standoffs that are going to be required, and I would suggest you tap those holes in the plate to ensure extra stability. But the stock original plate only has 6 tapped holes pre-installed. Install the M3 brass standoffs as shown. Please note that I would suggest that you actually tap these holes to enlarge them to M4 and use an M4 size screw, because the PCB actually has holes that can accommodate either M3 or M4 size screws. The M4s offer a little bit better support and stability. In the future, a fully compatible plate will be developed which will allow you to mount the keyboard PCB underneath that plate. When the plate is available, you'll have to install the box header on the underside of the keyboard PCB using the provided footprint and orientation. Now we'll install the keyboard onto the keyboard plate. Now we'll install the completed keyboard into the TRS-80. We'll take the ribbon cable and fold it around and plug it into the keyboard box header. Then it will be tucked under the plate. The plate will sit in its existing cradle points, and the machine is now ready to use. After reassembling the TRS-80, this now completes the video on how to assemble and install the replacement keyboard. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll join me again in the future.